And we are live, so it's good to see everybody. It's Monday, April 13th. So it is. So we got our workout schedule here. You can check our feed if you want a copy of this, or if you're watching this on YouTube later, you can just pause the video and we'll and then go from there. All right, I'm here today with Coach Sam.
Howdy.
Just like every Monday and Wednesday.
Monday and Wednesday.
That's right.
I'm syndicated.
What you got for us today, Sam?
A few little, I guess, extension of what we were doing last week. Parry, positions, and just details. So on and so forth. And more abs at the end, of course. So.
That's right.
That's right.
Got to come out of this with an 8-pack.
Hey, that's the plan. We can get that strong core. Long. Wow, I totally screwed up. That's the saying I was trying to come up with. But strong core, strong back. You know, lower back and back issues and all that stuff. Affects fencers all the time with all their jostling and whatnot. So, good core is always important, especially in these days. Sitting around, might as well work on something. All right, so anyways, rambling off, and we don't have a whole lot of time. So as you saw on the whiteboard, we're not going to really need anything, I guess, other than a weight of some kind. So I have a 35-pound dumbbell over there, but whatever is your pleasure. You know, a bucket of water, bucket of sand, concrete block.
Gallon of milk.
Whatever. You know, whatever you got.
Something
so we'll
heavy.
have that at the end. And then for the warm-up, we're going to start off and we're going to do shadow whatever, right? So shadow fencing, shadow boxing. I'll probably switch between the two. Just move your body. So we'll get started with that, right? And moving your body, moving your hand. Parry Riposte. If you want to get fancy, you can switch stances. Whatever. Just move your body. Just get yourself warmed up. Jab, jab, you know. Jab across. That kind of stuff. Oh, gotta get the sounds in from both sports.
Oh, yeah.
Or you just jump around, you know, like you're in some sort of 90s rap music video. It's all good, you know.
Rocky training montage.
Exactly, you know. Oops. I mean, the here guys do this, box steps, you know. It's not really important when I'm doing anything in particular. I'm just moving my body and feeling it out and experimenting. That's why boxers stay in front of a mirror for long periods of time and just work on flowing. I heard a story about Mike Tyson. They would wake up at like 11 at night and they'd hear all this shuffling and stuff in his room. And I'd go up there, like, what are you doing? And he was just sitting there working on combinations. And moving his feet, right? Just shadow boxing, right? Because he had nothing better to do. And oops, yeah, that's how you get better, right? Working on stuff. I haven't hit anybody in a long time, so you know I gotta get my. If only fencing involved boxing.
I mean, we could adapt chest boxing to.
Indeed. You know, the score is 5-1, but knockout wins the match. All right, so we'll go with our standard kick stretch. All right, and I'm gonna then stand just with no support, just like this, try and keep my balance, and try and kick, and using my arm, or my arms actually, to kind of keep balance, right? As my hand swings. Whoa. So. As my foot or my leg swing, I'm swinging my arm. Other side. Doing it with your eyes closed is hard. Alright, and then we'll just start. Open the gate, bring your knee up and around, and try and keep your balance like I was failing to do. But oh my goodness. Time flies when you're having fun, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. All right, then close the gate. Actually, that's great. All right, so then we're gonna get down on our hands and knees, and like I promised, downward dog. So again, get our hands underneath our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips, and the tops of our feet are pushing flat on the ground. Then we're gonna curl our toes in, and then we're gonna push ourselves backwards with our arms. All right, so we're not just raising our hips up, but we're trying to push our hips back over our heels. But we're just not bending our knees. Remember, relaxed neck, let your head dangle, and keeping your elbows in. Alrighty. Then I'm going to lay down since I'm already here. And I'm going to, like I'm taking a nap, I'm going to rest my head here on my arm. Make sure my hips are nice and stacked one on top of the other. I'm going to grab my top of my foot like this. And making sure everything's nice and lined, right? I'm using my bottom leg as kind of a reference, right? That's where my knee is. Now, my leg is nice and straight, and then I'm push into my hand with my foot. And that's making my knee actually go backwards. And then there's the stretch. And you can make little adjustments in this stretch. Sometimes you can kind of tilt this way if you want to get more, I feel like that stretches up here more. If I go back this way, then a little lower on my leg. And to the other side. Alrighty. Alright, so got that. So now we'll talk about parry for, we don't even need a stick, but I guess I could grab a stick. I'll grab one of the little floppy swords. There we go, perfect. And that way for saber parries. So, parry 4, repulse 4. So here, nice and relaxed. I'm moving my hand over and I'm not hinging. I'm moving the whole arm over, parry, and then I'm gonna drop my hand and then cut. Or drop my point, I'm sorry. So from here, and I go parry, I just let the point drop and then extend out. So parry, riposte, parry, riposte. You all seen that, and we don't want to spend too much time there. I'm actually going to move right along. But remember, if you can see here, I'm in alignment with the blade here, and you can see that everything is stacked right behind the sword, right? So everything's in this nice vertical plane, right? And that's strong. Because the geometry of where you're putting your bones and whatnot. It also protects you a little bit better if you're doing like this, then that there's this little triangle right here that people whip over on. So having it like this, kind of protects that and redirects it. If you do it like this, now that triangle's facing you, now this triangle's facing that way, whip overs aren't as effective. So anyways, so now we're gonna get to the fun part that I wanted.
Do it again. Scared you the first time.
I was very, very, very confused. Okay, so anyways, so what I wanted to bring up is we're gonna take a retreat and we're gonna wait for the parry to happen, okay? Right at the end of the retreat, okay? So we're moving, and the thing we want to be visualizing when we're doing this is we're moving our feet, and we're watching, and we're trying to keep distance, right? This is kind of, we're not stopping or panicking, we're just moving our feet, trying to maintain distance, buying some time, all right? And all we're doing is just scrambling back, and we see them commit that final action to end the attack. And then we see where that's going, and that's when we set our feet, parry riposte, right away. So I'll do it pretty slow. So we're just gonna go retreat, right, back foot, and then when the front foot slides into place, parry riposte, okay? And so what you wanna be doing when you're doing this is visualizing when that blade of your opponent is coming into where you can deal with it, right? So you're watching, so retreat and watching it all the way and bump up, right? So I can move my feet pretty slow, right? But as soon as this slides into place, bump up, right? I'll do it a little bit smoother, so it's like, bump up, right? So it's when I'm done moving, that's when I do the action. I don't want to do the parry and the riposte earlier. I want to do it when I'm done moving. So, bump up. And you do big stuff, scary, right? Or you mess around a little, shift back, right? Because that's when you want to be doing it, not as you're moving backwards, because you're moving backwards. So you don't want to be moving away from your opponent and trying to hit them at the same time. That usually doesn't work out. So, and I'll do it a couple more times, right? So reach back with the back foot, and then as the front foot slides into place, or right as it touches the ground to finish the retreat, that's when you go Parry Riposte. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. All right. Oh yeah. Makes me realize like how many like weird habits that I have with my hand, and just I don't even realize I do that. I'm just gonna touch this sharp part. Anyway, okay, so now we're moving our feet, right? And we do it in place. You can take a little time to retreat back or whatever, but you know, if you're in the living room, of course, so you're moving your feet. Oh, scrambling. Ah, boom, boom. All right, moving up, boom. So I'm taking a retreat, moving my feet, all right, and then I take the retreat and then parry at the appropriate time. Bop, bop. Scrambling, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. All right, so I almost did it again. So now we're gonna move on to another parry sequence. Parry 5, riposte to 4. All right, actually I was doing head, so, but parry 4. So, or cut to 4 line. So, same idea, but what we're gonna work on for like positioning is we're putting our hand already out where we've cut to 4, right? And then parry 5, and then cut to 4, all right? And as you can see with this blade is I'm moving the blade around. This is not quite appropriate, but let me go grab a stick real quick. Make life a little bit easier. Here we go. Perfect. Murder. All right, so I'm here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the point backwards, right? So you should get pretty close to hitting yourself in the face with this action, right? So I'm flipping the hand over and coming up. That's a bit of exaggerated. And then for the riposte, it's the exact same thing, right? My blade's going to rotate and go over my head and then cut to here. So rotate, 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 rotate. And I'm not... If you notice, if you watch, and this is a little bit different balance point than like a fencing saber, but I'm not trying to like turn my hand over and make this the axis of rotation, because that's not the center of gravity. So my hand actually goes out when I go parry 5, and then it starts to come in for the riposte, all right? And so I'm moving around the center of gravity, all right? Just like that. All right, throw it back, boom. All right, so my hand is shifting from outside of my shoulder to, you know, right in line with my shoulder. Boom, boom, boom. All right, and so we're gonna do the same thing, and that is we're here and we're gonna take that retreat back, right? And so it's the same idea. We're gonna go retreat, parry, riposte. So I'll leave my hand here, right? In supination. So palm up, essentially. So there, and we're gonna take a step back, parry, riposte. And really work on turning, because if you leave the point out in front, you'll get caught on people's guards and you won't parry them. Or it'll turn into an arm wrestling contest, and there's always someone stronger than you. So, not something to rely on. See, I screwed it up. Too busy thinking about myself. So, retreat, parry, riposte. 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 All right, same thing. just moving our feet, right? And then we take the retreat, Parry Riposte. Ba, ba. Ba, ba. Up, scramble. 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 Ah. So, and that's important to get that in, right? Like, because you're going to have to move your feet and push hard and keep moving your feet in, what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, you have to exert yourself. That's just the way it goes. You know, if you did everything perfectly and had the perfect distance, and then, okay, you know, then you don't have to do anything super athletic, but athleticism counts, or at least, you know, yeah, scrambling and working counts, especially when it's two people of similar skill levels, right? You watch against someone that's high level, and they go against someone that's like their first DAC or whatever, first competition, and the high level person doesn't look like they're trying. Some people think that's arrogance, but it's not. It's just that they're only doing what they need to do because that's what they're taught to do, right? That's what everybody should be doing, right? What do you have to do to get the job done in a way that you are satisfied with? And that's the energy that you should put in. So, anyway, so we'll do it a couple more times, right? Moving my feet, moving my feet, moving my feet. Parry Riposte. All right, so now we're gonna go and we're just gonna combine those two drills. All right, so we're here, start off and on guard, right? Parry 4, riposte 4, if you were a lefty, and then parry 5, riposte 4. So, parry, riposte, parry, riposte. Parry, riposte, parry, riposte. Again, remember, I guess I didn't mention this in the beginning, but linear actions with the parry, right? So I'm kind of having my hand away from my hand or from my body, right? And so I could pull the blade to the position much stronger. Pull, push, pull, push. Pull, push, pull, push. Pull, push, pull, push. Pull, push, pull, push. Right, and so now with a retreat, and so we can actually mix up when the retreat happens in this combination. So we'll start off where we do it right at the beginning, right? So I take a retreat, parry riposte, parry riposte. And I'm doing the same thing, right? Where I am parrying at the end of the retreat. Parry riposte, parry riposte. And then this, for variety's sake, we can do it in between the two parries, right? So you can go parry riposte, parry riposte. Parry riposte, parry riposte. That was too early. Parry riposte, parry riposte. Parry riposte, parry riposte. Parry riposte, parry riposte. And the other thing that I wanted to bring up is the timing. So I was kind of going at a uniform tempo. I'm just going to bring up a few examples of what I'm talking about, is because it goes back to the thing of what I was talking about earlier, and we'll probably talk about this more on Wednesday, but scrambling and watching for what your opponent is actually doing. So we don't want to be necessarily training at the same tempo all the time. I mean, that's important to like get you to learn positions, right? Rhythm helps you kind of figure out positions because you know when you're supposed to be somewhere, so that's a useful tool, but that's not exactly how things happen in real life. And so, you know, you can practice, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's important, right? Because then I can go in the rhythm and I can feel how my hand moves efficiently with using rhythm and all that stuff. But people usually don't just go 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Or not usually, some of the time, but you know, 1, 2, up, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, up, 4, and stuff like that. So we'll go back to what I was doing before, which was Parry Riposte, Parry Riposte, and Parry Riposte, Parry Riposte, right? Parry Riposte, Parry Riposte. All right. And now, so we kind of have that down, and or at least I think I do, so that's important. And now we're just going to be doing it, we're moving our feet, and we'll start off real simple, and we'll just keep our feet moving, and all we're going to do is just do the parry position while we're moving our feet, right? So we're not, we're separating the tempos of our hand and our feet. Parry riposte, parry riposte. 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 Then you can mix in the retreats. Parry riposte, parry riposte. And then you can add it in advance, right? There's all sorts of things that you can do. You can mix it up. And it's all good, to be honest, right? I mean, it's basics, right? I mean, cutting with an advance, cutting with a retreat, during the parries. Those are all things that I've seen many people win matches on. You know, being like, oh, I parried, oh, I need to take a step forward and hit. And so you may as well get your body used to doing the movement. Then you can come back here and work on recognizing when that movement is applicable. But just getting your body to do the thing that you want to do without having to worry about the stressor of, is the other person doing what you want to do? Might as well get that out of the way. So yeah, move back. Oh, a little bit of head cuts there. Spice it up. Both, you know, lots of things. All right, well, we'll do a couple more just for the fun of it. Alrighty, cool. Looks like we're coming to the end of Sam's Instagram webcast, something or another. So we're gonna have the fun bits. I'm introducing a bit of a new exercise. We probably should have had a video, but I'm impatient, so. It's all right, it's pretty simple. All you need is a chair or a step, all right? So if we come over here, and we have a step right here, all right? And if you don't have that, and just grab a dang old dirty chair. Just like that. In fact, I'll use the chair. So we need that, some raised platform, and then a weight. All right. So, box sprints. All we're gonna do is we're gonna stand up next to the box, right? Typically you do this with a plow box, but you can do it with anything. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just tap, tap, tap. I'm just gonna do it quick. We're gonna do 30 of them, so 15 on one side if that's the way you want to count it, right? So, if this walks towards me. Just like that. So, is this higher than that? a little bit. So, anyways, so I guess we'll get started. So we're gonna do 30 of them. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 30. And then we grab this and 10 goblet squats.
Grab your milk jug.
Grab your milk jug. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we go back to making our speed happen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
How many sets we doing today?
10.
10 sets.
8 sets.
8 sets.
8 sets. All right.
Best I can do is 7.
Woo! Using the arms increases foot speed. So. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. Is that 3?
3 sets, yeah.
All right. Almost halfway done. Oh. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Only 3 more.
3 more.
All right, let's go. I guess you can just do high knees if you don't want to cause too much ruckus in your house, like I am.
I mean, anything that doesn't fold in half would be ideal for
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. 2 more.
2 more.
Final lap.
Whew, for this one. Water break.
All right.
We got 3 more minutes.
Oh, yeah. So if you haven't seen this yet, we're part of the way through. We got the plank series left, and then we'll sign off for the night. So we're almost there.
All right, so side plank position. Try and get in a straight line. Don't let your hips sink back. Try and keep your hips nice and in alignment. And we'll go up. Ooh, didn't even last halfway. All right, regular planks. Remember when you're doing these, trying to hinge at your waist, or not your waist, but you're trying to pull, use your abs to pull your elbows and your toes together underneath you. Instead of just kind of supporting the weight, actively try and pull, and it makes it way worse. Sweat in my eye. All right, now side plank on the other side. I did my right first, so I'm gonna do my left now. If I can. Oh. All right.
It's foggy in here.
A little foggy. Well, it's not it's the sweat. My prominent eyebrows should be protecting me from that. But. All right, anyways. So up. a little bit of nerve endings in your elbow.
It's all right. If you got a yoga mat or some carpet, that's ideal for this kind of thing.
All right. I guess that's the cast. So hopefully you guys learned something, had fun, either with me or at my expense. And remember to stay safe and stay hydrated. And unlike what I was just doing a moment ago, don't touch your face. So, so I guess that's it. Toodles.
All right. See y'all on YouTube if you tuned in late.